Today we are visiting Pupuseria el Salvadoreno to learn about some authentic Salvadorian, Mexican, and Guatemalan cuisine. We are here with Cynthia at Pupuseria el Salvadoreno, and it is so nice to meet you today.
Thank you very much.
So you do everything here. You grew up here.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your role here and what it's like to grow up here in the restaurant business and working with your mom and dad.
Well, I was born a week after they opened their first restaurant in Chicago. That's where the whole journey started. There's a saying in Spanish that I was the baby with the bread under the arm. It sounds better in Spanish.
Tell it to me in Spanish.
Oh, in Spanish. Fui el bebé con el pan bajo el brazo. So
it sounds pretty in Spanish.
It sounds prettier in Spanish. And so then I grew up in this atmosphere, which is a great fortune because we are glad to be here in Mount Prospect and having the amazing pupusas.
So you have been put to work here at the restaurant since a very early age.
Yes. I started off roughly around 10.
I hope they paid you well.
No, I did busboy, so I took some of the tips here and there. We would split it. And then it kind of went up the ladder. After doing busboy, I started to take orders on the phone to go. And then I started to do cashier work, but I've done everything here.
So this is truly a family business.
Yes.
Your mom's here, your dad's here, and you're here, so this is a real collaborative effort.
Correct.
So we're all dying to know, what is a pupusa?
So a pupusa is like a gordita. The only difference is that we fill it in before the actual tortilla is made, and then we serve it with the coleslaw and salsas on the side, and then the variation of pupusa is where it could go from a simple cheese to a shrimp and cheese, a zucchini and cheese, and a cheese and pork.
I look forward to tasting pupusas.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good.
I know that you make different types of food here, which includes Mexican,
yes,
and Guatemalan,
yes,
and Salvadorian.
Yes.
So how do those relate to each other, and how are they different than each other?
The component of the Mexican is because obviously there's a big community of Mexicans, and most kids don't like pupusas, so we have like the essential, the tacos, tortas, burritos. And then from the Guatemalan aspect, there's also a Guatemalan community here, and we provide them with their rellenitos, which is more like a custard dessert, and then the chuchitos, the Guatemalan tamal. But overall, we try to serve the community with what they want us to.
And where's your family from?
My mom's from El Salvador, and then my dad's from Nicaragua, but I was born and raised here in Chicago.
Well, I'm dying to hear about some of the fantastic dishes that you serve here. I want to know your favorites.
Okay, my favorite's ultimately the pupusas.
The pupusas.
Yes. And then
which pupusa are you going to make for us here today?
I would say a good 4 of them. The chicharrón con queso, the mixed, which is bean, cheese, and pork, the chicken and cheese, the zucchini and cheese, and then the loroco. Loroco is a flour. It's like the zucchini flour.
Okay.
In El Salvador and most of Central America, they eat them in pupusas, rices, soups, but our main thing here are the pupusas. So. The
pupusas.
Yeah.
So the pupusas is actually the dough, and
yes,
you put whatever you choose inside
yes,
of it.
Yes. So
gotcha.
It's basically it's masa, and you just grab a little bit, palm it out, grab, let's say, the cheese. We stuff it inside, close it out, take off the remainder dough, and then we roll it out again, palm it out again, and then we put it on a griddle. So it's kind of like a pancake. It cooks like a pancake, but it takes a little bit longer than a pancake.
Where do you find the authentic ingredients to make some of these authentic Salvadorian dishes?
It's actually brought from El Salvador. I recently traveled in November, and I brought some horchata. Our horchata is very different than the Mexican. It has the basic rice, cinnamon, vanilla, sugar, but it's not made out of water. It has cacao, peanuts, nutmeg, and sesame seeds, and all that is very well blended and then it's packed up so that I could bring it in the luggage. But all that is brought from El Salvador.
I want to hear a little bit about some of the other dishes that you think are your prized dishes that people are flocking to the restaurant for.
The primary ones, I would say the yuca, which is cassava, and it's similar to a potato, but it's longer, and then the components of it, it's very flaky. So that one we serve it with a special coleslaw and chicharrón. Also, the sopa de pata, it's like menudo, but we add vegetables to it. Also, we have the more like a dessert kind of thing, the empanadas. They're plantains mashed, filled with like a vanilla custard in the inside, and then we have sugar, and then we coat it with sugar. On the weekends, we do have authentic hen soup. So
hen soup?
Yeah, like hen, like the wild hen, I would say. And then it's a fourth of a piece of the hen, grilled with rice, salad, and then on the side the soup with the vegetables. So that's very much like how they serve it in El Salvador, where it's the soup and then the food on the side. A lot of people always say, "Oh, it's much like that." It's like I'm back in El Salvador. I'm back by the beach drinking my sopa. So
Your horchata.
yeah, and the horchata.
We can't wait to taste these foods that I know your mom and your dad are pouring their heart and their love into. I just want to ask you, I know that you guys are really involved in the community of Mount Prospect, and can you tell me a way in which you choose to give back to Mount Prospect?
Last year, when we recently started, we donated to the Mount Prospect Police Department for a fundraiser, and so that was our way to adding a little grain of rice to the community.
Right. Well, we're happy to have you here. I know this is a very eclectic community, and you've got some really authentic, unique foods, so I know we're excited to test them out.
Yes, they're really, really good, and I recommend everything, and try something new every day, because that's what we're here for. And like they say, the United States is a melting pot, so as a melting pot, we should all come together and try new foods.
That's going to be our motto for today. Thank you so much, Cynthia. It was great talking with
Thank you.
Pupuseria el Salvadoreno is located in the Crystal Court shopping area at 1741 West Algonquin Road at the intersection of Dempster and Algonquin. For restaurant information, call 224-875-7180.